Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Pause the video right now to check out my social media, my radio show, and thatdrummerguy.com. And most of all, enjoy the following presentation. One, two. Hello?
Is this Josh Renquist?
Yes, it is.
Hey man, this is Eddie from Tzimani.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Hey, let me get my my brother on the line, the drummer Sebastian.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna merge the calls because he's currently on his way back from somewhere.
Ah, cool.
All right, Seb, you there?
Yeah.
All right, we got Josh on the line.
Hey, Josh, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thank you guys very much for taking the time to do this interview.
No problem, man.
Well, awesome. Well, earlier this week, Andrew reached out to me and told me about you guys, and I've gotten the chance to be able to check out the couple songs that you guys have released through Bandcamp so far, and I'm really amazed with what you guys have done. I mean, it's just such killer music. I mean, it's really cool to be able to see that right now.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you know, it's been like a project that we've been working on since January of this year, so we're really excited to hear that.
So, in speaking of that, how did this whole project come to be?
Well, we were in another band for about 3 years, and you know, just through difficulties and you know, kind of differences in how to achieve our goals, we left the band, or I left the band, and soon after Eddie left the band, and then you know, we kind of just like took 6 months off. I did not touch a drumstick. I'm pretty sure he didn't touch a guitar, and we just kind of like mellowed out for a while, and then around January of this year we started talking about putting something together, and you know, just through showing different music and talking about stuff, it kind of came about that way. Now, if Eddie wants to chime in.
Yeah, we basically, you know, it came out to be around 6 months, took time off, went back to normal life, you know, quote unquote, and you know, January rolled around, and like, you know, musicians get, you know, we got the itch, and you know, we just had to start playing music again, writing music, so we started working on it behind the scenes, and then we went you know, public with it in around April, this new project. So we've pretty much been a band now for a little more than 6 months. We've already got a couple singles out. We just hit the road, came back from tour, and all is well, man. It's going pretty good. Can't complain.
You know, that is just so cool to be able to see. You know, it's just like a lot of times changing like that's, you know, either leaving a band or a band breaking up or other things like that. They can take so much out of musicians where they do take a break from playing their instrument and they don't want to come back to it. But the fact that you guys were able to get together after some time off and being able to start writing music again, making music the way that you want to make, and already with all the success that you guys have gotten so far with these songs and the touring that you've done so far and the upcoming shows that are coming up, I mean, that's just awesome to be able to see that, and it just started happening back in January.
Yeah, it's all happening really fast, and you know, of course, we've got Andrew to thank for that. He's done so much for us already, and we, you know, we could have done half of this stuff without him, so shout out to Andrew from Metal Assault.
Yeah, you know, just to put in some words, you know, like, we actually went public with the band with, like, a demo at the San Diego Metal Assault meet, I believe, the last weekend in April, and, you know, from then till now, I would have never thought we would have, you know, gotten that far with, you know, picking up a label and a manager and going on tour, releasing music. You know, I would have never thought that would have happened so fast. So, you know, just being able to surround ourselves with the right people has really been a major plus and very lucky for us, I think.
So, for anyone that's checking out this interview and may not be familiar with you guys, how would you describe the band?
Oh man, we're a mix of kind of everything. You know, I like to just kind of write what comes to me. I try not to censor myself. So we've got songs that sound from like Iron Maiden to Motley Crue kind of vibes, and it's just kind of anywhere and everywhere in between. And yeah, it's I think Sebastian's got a better explanation for it.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. When people always ask me this question, I always respond to them. When we played a show a while ago, somebody came up to me. He's like, "Wow, man, you guys kind of sound like Iron Maiden and Motley Crue and like a little bit of Dragon Force." And then I was just like, "Whoa, that's kind of interesting." But you know, like to throw a label out on there, you know, I would probably say a little bit of traditional metal, a little bit of rock and roll. You know, it's kind of hard, really, because if you listen to our music, I mean, obviously we only have 2 songs out, 1 song on demo. Now, everything is really, really different. You know, we could probably jump on a bill with, you know, like a stoner rock band, but we could also probably jump on a bill with beat metal. You know, like we're very fortunate that Eddie could write music that is so wide range. You know, so if I were to give you like a one then continue would probably be like the new wave of traditional heavy metal, or new wave of American heavy metal. Just slap a genre on it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. It's like when I was listening to it, I mean, it's just like I hear so many different elements, and rather than like a lot of bands like possibly like ripping something off, I mean, it definitely sounds like you guys are innovating the music, which is very much appreciated. Just like making the style your own, making the stuff as catchy as it needs to be, as heavy as it needs to be, being able to go into all these different aspects that's going on. I mean, it's cool to see that just these two minds are able to come up with such great music in such a short amount of time like this.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it. It's like, I mean, that's pretty much exactly what we're trying to do. We're in Southern California, and we've got a bunch of great bands that are doing like pretty much straight up back to the 80s, on stage. If you took a photo with the Polaroid, you wouldn't be able to tell if it was from 1980 or 2017, but that's always been the plan, is to take what we love, the music that we listen to, and do it, but with our own spin on it. I think that's the right way to go, and I'm glad that you see that and appreciate that, because that's what we're trying to do.
Oh, very much so. So with just two songs being released right now through Bandcamp, how much material are you guys playing live?
Right now, our set's been clocking in around like 30 minutes. We basically have a whole album written, and so we've been slow getting that out, but the plan is to, after we wrap up these shows, to go into the studio and go into hibernation and get all that material down on I guess digital files now, not tape, and get it out there. And so far the only music that we've got out is the two singles, Get Me Out of Here, Final Hour, and then if you snag up one of our demo tapes on Bandcamp, that's got a new song called Overdrive, which is what we named the tour, and that's available exclusively only through that demo tape at this moment.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, and it's great to see that like a whole album is already in the works. It's like with some bands, like they could just start and then by the end of the year they might have like some ideas for a possible like 3-track demo or something like that. But the fact that you guys already have an album that's just waiting to be coming out as soon as everything's gets the kinks out of everything, I mean, that's so cool to see.
Yeah, it's really interesting or funny that you say that, because back in January when we were like fermenting the Tzimani project, Eddie just went into like overdrive, pun intended. He was just like, I'm gonna try to write as much music as possible. I want to have enough music out so that I could put out a full length. And he did. I mean, within a few months, I would say he was able to write these really sweet tunes, and and I was very, very impressed with the productivity that he had and that we were able to do in such a short amount of time. Obviously the timeline that we had set up back in February didn't really work out, but I guess it ended up working out for the better. I think now we have the right tools to kind of set up the proper release with the proper amount of hype. So yeah, I mean, we have about 10 songs, and we're eager to try to get it out there the best possible way.
Yeah, and it's just like all these great shows that are going to be coming up too. I mean, the fact that you are able to get on such great shows like this. I mean, like opening for Huntress and Truckfighters and Vicious Rumors. I mean, those three bands alone are able to show off the fact that you guys are able to play with such diverse bands. I mean, it really has a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah, thank you. It's kind of fun when we're tailoring the set. It's like Seb said, if we take a couple songs out, put a couple songs in, it almost sounds like we're a different band, and that's fun for me to be able to do that, and not just have to write the same song over and over, because that would drive me nuts. That wouldn't be interesting for you or for us to do. So that's what we try to do.
And with that, I mean, obviously with the time frame, everything going on since January, when did it start feeling right when it came into the writing process? Like when you were writing the songs and you knew this was the direction you wanted to go in?
Well, I kind of have a bunch of ideas just lying around in my head as to what the direction of the band wanted to be in. And, I was almost like, well, now that, we're starting our own thing, we could literally do whatever we want. And so it's almost like I try to force myself to write something that maybe wasn't true to what I really wanted to do. And after dealing with that, I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna write what comes to mind and write the best songs that I can. And so basically the set that we've been out out there on the road playing has been a culmination of all that, and refining what it is that I want to write, and getting that out there and playing it for our fans and new ears as best as possible.
And with that, for those that are not able to hit up the next few shows until you guys get out and do more shows, I'm assuming for 2018, of course, what should people expect from the other material that they have not had the chance to hear yet?
Oh, that's a tough one. Live, loud, heavy metal, I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, and I think that's a very fair, great assessment of it. I mean, when you put too many labels on things, I feel like it can pigeonhole a band. So when you do have that blank canvas of, just like playing metal and then being able to have all these different aspects that go along with it, I mean, that's why I hear like such great diversity from these two songs. I mean, let alone what's going to be on the rest of the album. I mean, it's good to have no boundaries like that, but also having that formula of what you want to do for the style.
Exactly. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what we're doing.
And with that, what has been the reception to the band live?
It's been good. Yeah, Zip, take this one.
Yeah, actually from our debut show, which was, I believe, back in April or May, forgive me for not remembering. I mean, we were able to get 50 people out just to be us, and then our second show was basically the full kickoff. So the reception, I would say, has been incredibly positive. I mean, when we were in Texas, metalcore, death metal, and thrash metal seemed to be like the primary genre, and down there, and people would come up to us and saying, "Hey, we don't get this kind of music very much anymore, and you guys are doing things and this and that, and it's actually we're really stoked. I mean, just getting the level of response from the tour and other bands. Some of the shows that we played, we literally played in front of other musicians, and those are always, I would say, like the tough shows, because you have to impress, the other artists that are there, and if they're lying through their teeth, like they have been overwhelmingly responding well, I'd say.
Oh, it's great to hear that too. And it's like depending on where you are in the country, I know a lot of people can be very fickle about when it comes to bands that are doing something than what they normally hear. Like in my area, the biggest ones are like the brutal death metal and new metal and stuff like that. Those seem to be like the biggest bands around here as far as for the local bands. So it's like sometimes when a band comes out and does something a little different, it can be very much appreciated, and I'm glad to see that's the case going on with you guys as well.
Yeah, the response has been real good. It's great to go out there and play your music and have people actually like it. I can't complain about that. But I mean, we're not for everybody. I'm up there and I'm playing my heart out, and I can see when people's eyes kind of glaze over and they stumble off to the bar and grab another beer. But overall, it's been really great, and we couldn't be more excited about how people are receptive to our style of music. Especially in areas like Seb said, when we're playing pretty much exclusively to black metal fans and death metal guys. They certainly appreciate what we're doing, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's so important, and it really does show that metalheads really, for There's a lot of people who think that metalheads just like listen to one style of metal or something like that, and when you throw something else into the mix, it feels like it should not fit. But the fact that you guys are able to go out there and play with bands like that, or playing shows where predominantly those kind of bands are featured, and being able to get a great response from that, I mean, it shows that you guys, with writing the music that you want to play and not compromising when it comes to that, can pay off.
Absolutely, and that would be my advice to young musicians everywhere, is just refine yourself, practice, get yourself ready to get out there on stage and just write the music that you love and run with it. Don't try to be something you're not. Yeah, just go out there and do what it is that you want to do, because if you're not doing it because you love it, then it's going to wear you down fast, and trust me, I mean, that's not a place you want to be.
Oh, it's so very true. But thank you guys very much for taking this time to be able to talk to me. I mean, it's awesome to see a band can come together this quickly and just like have these great ideas in mind, already have an album lined up, all these great shows, opening for such awesome bands going to be coming up, the touring and everything that's going on with it. I mean, it's awesome to see that you guys are able to pull all of this off, and I expect with 2018 going on and with Andrew having your back, I mean, I can just imagine that you guys are just going to be getting bigger and better from here on out.
Thanks, Josh. We appreciate it, man. It's been fun talking to you.
Oh, not a problem.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. I'm very, very stoked that you're stoked stoked, and you took time out to hear us out.
Oh yeah, without question. I mean, no matter how big or how small a band is, if I dig the music and I find something I really like about them, I want to be able to promote them. So when Andrew came to me with you guys and I got to check out the Sons, I mean, just within a few seconds, I was like, yeah, I want to be able to promote these guys, and it's been an honor to be able to talk to you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, man. It's been an honor to talk to you too, Josh.
Oh, not a problem. Well, before we wrap things up here, is there anything else you'd like to mention that I hadn't brought up yet?
I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that kind of took their time out of their life, really, to kind of support us. Our parents have been #1 fans. Our partners have been incredibly supportive, especially, we were out on the road and they weren't. And just, when I speak to these people, they know who they are. The list would be very, very lengthy to go at length now. But, really, the Tzimani project kind of has been built upon the support of many, many people. And a lot of these people, believe in us as well. And we have to give, or at least I think we have to give thanks to them, because with the overwhelming support we got from our family and our close friends and some people in the scene of San Diego, I mean, the level of, and the rapidity of growth would have never happened without them. So I'd like to say thanks to them.